Hello and welcome back to Tesla News. My name is Marian and I'm your host today. I hope you all have a great weekend, and today we have a fully packed video with lots of information. I hope you will stay tuned the entire video because I have so much to talk about with you today. So we do have some really great news coming up here. We will talk about a leaked call with employees, talking about 2020, but as well the outlook for 2021. So we will dive into that. We will look into the Wall Street expectations for these quarters and the delivery numbers. Furthermore, we have lots of news coming from Fremont and we have news coming from Europe. So we will dive into that. There's so much happening today. So I hope you do enjoy that. And if you subscribe my channel, you give me support for my work, and I hope you follow me for my daily updates now. So let's dive into today's video, guys, and we will start with numbers coming from Europe. We do have again promising numbers here. The Tesla Model 3 is again at the first spot in February, and we do have for the entire year now Tesla Model 3 sitting at third spot. And I must honestly say I'm surprised again that VW, of course, having here not only one car inside, they have more cars. But again, the VW ID.3, that is the promising car here that is produced in Germany. And I mean in Germany, and they sell it in Europe. No big long delivery times, and they're still not catching up to the Model 3 that is exported from Giga Shanghai to Europe. And talking about that, we might have some issues here if there is a ship with cars from China on its way to Europe for the final push of this quarter, because the Suez Canal is closed because a big container ship actually is blocking the Suez Canal right now. If you do know where I can see what kind of ships are on its way, just let me know. Push me some informations down in the comment section. Maybe you do know if there's a container ship with Model 3s on its way to Europe. So let me know, guys. I would be really happy to know where I can see that. So we do have exciting news coming from Europe, and furthermore we go into the last days pushing for the final quarter or the first quarter of 2021. And when looking at that, we do have actually leaked information coming here from a call with Elon Musk when he talked to its employees, and we do see that he has been proving again and again, as I mentioned as well, that the goal is to go for 1 million cars produced and delivered. That is the goal for 2021, and he's expecting that they will achieve that. And as we are looking at Giga Austin, and thanks to Jeff Roberts as always for the great content that I'm able to use, I'm not expecting too much from Giga Austin. It might happen that they do something like in Giga Shanghai, that they might start with the right section here, kind of close it, because we do see a lot of machines going in there, a lot of material that could be used to start production. I don't think they will wait until this entire building, the entire factory is finished to start production. I could imagine that they will try to start with the right section, starting to build first cars earlier than Q4. But I'm still skeptical, and I'm not so sold in that if they would do that. Maybe you guys have more information. In case, let me know down below. And let's start into the 1 million goal. That's what I always mentioned should be the goal for 2021. And a lot will depend on how much cars are sold and delivered in the first quarter. So Wall Street actually has expectations of 174,000 cars. So let's see if they could achieve that. Just as a reminder, 1 million cars would mean 250,000 cars. Expecting Giga Berlin in the second half of this year slowly starting producing cars. It could happen, and we do know that there's always an increase of production and deliveries when it comes to second, third, and fourth quarter. So the first quarter will really hint if it's going to be possible or not. And always remember, last year we still had a production closed because of COVID and all this stuff, and we still managed 500,000 cars. So again, now we have so much more production going on, looking at Giga Shanghai. And what I wanted to show you guys, in the left side, you do see in the background a big field with mud. There's nothing going on, but there's proof that we could have seen a new land be bought by a big company. So Chinese media said that there is actually land that was bought by a big car company. And I mean, honestly, so close to Giga Shanghai and Tesla, it makes a lot of sense that's gonna be actually Tesla that bought this land. And what does this mean? We do see further expansion here that we are looking here at right now. But if we are certain that there is a Model 2 actually being presented maybe late this year, it would make a lot of sense to already go ahead and buy some land to further start producing next year in 2022 a cheaper model. So we do know that there are plans to do that at some point, and we do see here on the south section again the land that I was mentioning you, and that is the land that we have been talking about. So if they really do that, it would be really exciting, especially as Elon Musk said this year is going to be great, but next year is going to be even better. So that might be a hint to what's going to happen next year. And here we have Mr. Merritt, who was talking about the leaked information of the call and that they are expanding as well the Giga Shanghai. That was also information in this call. So if you combine all these information and you consider a Model 2 is just a question of time, and the cheaper version, the made in China Tesla that they have talked about many times. So if you combine that, if you take all these odds and put them together, it would make a lot of sense that actually Tesla is already ahead of its own game and is starting to buy land and soon starting to build some kind of factory in the background for the Model 2, or however they're going to call it at the end of the day. So that's really exciting, guys. Furthermore, in the call was also mentioned that in 6 weeks the FSD subscription will finally be launched, and we have some information from Europe that finally we reached 6,000 superchargers in Europe, which is really important, as when Giga Berlin is starting to produce this kind of charging network will be essential for customers' experience with the Tesla brand. And interesting enough, we do know that there are a lot of independent companies that do have a charging network now, because they expect that there is a big demand in electric vehicles. But even Rivian is now starting to say that they want to build their own charging network. So we do see that the result of this long-term strategy of Tesla is really paying off, and I expect further expansion of the supercharger network in Europe, maybe even some kind of small production of superchargers like in China for the European continent at some point when they realize the demand is really high. But looking into Europe, as I mentioned with the numbers, I'm just blown away that Tesla is still able to keep itself ahead in some of the months before ahead of the VW ID3, which is for me really astonishing. When you talk about competition, I mean competition, they produce cars in Europe and still they're not able to catch Tesla in some months, which is actually only exporting from China. And we do know that the numbers vary because ships are coming not always in the same month, same amount of ships. So yeah, so I'm really excited that Tesla is still able to stay ahead of its game in Europe. So we do have now the question, do you believe, guys, that we could actually reach 1 million cars this year? What do you believe will happen to the Tesla stock? Do you think it will double? Do you think it will go up by 50%? We do have seen the Tesla stock riding a bit lower in the past weeks. It has been pretty tough, but again, I agree that we have seen so much more value in the stock as the actual revenue. That doesn't mean that I say it is something that will blow up, but I think it's healthy that we do see some kind of break here. And I think that once great numbers coming out for the first quarter, that we will finally see a further push up as people will realize or expect great results for this year. So let me know if you think the 174,000 cars in first quarter are a realistic number. If you think it will be more. I have been really bullish on something close to 200K, but again, that's really bullish, and I think this is only gonna happen if Fremont has not lost too much time. And Fremont is really pushing here in the past days with pushing all the cars out that they have on the parking lot. So I don't know how much time they actually lost when they had to shut down the factory for a few days. But if they are managing to catch up here, we might see some crazy numbers here. And even if they are close to the numbers of fourth quarter, that would be astonishing and really, really exciting. So I hope you did enjoy my video, guys, and I wish you all a wonderful weekend. So hope to see you back soon.